This bike could be the perfect entry-level full suspension, but there's some things I feel could be improved. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, I'm Evan and I ride bikes. Welcome back, and if you're new here, welcome. Consider subscribing because I do this kind of stuff every week and the chart looks terrible. Let's get into the video. Today, we're doing a bike check. This is my 2021 Stumpy Alloy, and it's a great bike, but there are some things that I feel could be improved and that I will be changing out eventually. First of all, let's start up front. It's pretty basic with standard 35mm bars, SX shifter, and an X Fusion dropper lever. This all works pretty well, except the SX, which I'll get to later. Moving down, we have a RockJox 35 and these wheels and tires. I love the wheels because they're strong enough for my bullcrap and pretty light. These tires are also another big plus. These are on all of the bikes up until the S-Works models. I converted them to tubeless because cacti, and they work pretty freaking great for what I do. The suspension, however, is pretty standard. It's got an air spring and a damper that, works. Pretty basic, but it has some pretty good small bump sensitivity. Moving a little farther back is this dropper, which could be a little longer, but I have some long ass legs for being 5'10". It might have to be replaced as I get taller, but as of right now, it works really well. Down a bit is this shock, which as the same up front is pretty basic. The lockout isn't even a lockout, but the rebound works and it doesn't fade. The cranks and bottom bracket, however, are pretty decent. They're just the SX cranks and are surprisingly light, and a standard and heavy power spline bottom bracket. In my case, this also creaks, but I did case the crap out of quite a few jumps in Sedona. Lastly is the rear end. First, all the stuff I like. This wheel and tire combo is absolutely perfect. It's a standard in-house wheel, but the hub sounds pretty great and has a decent amount of engagement points. The tire is tubeless as well, and it is amazing. It rolls fast, grips well, and when they both wear out, I'm going to be replacing them with the exact same ones. Lastly, this SX derailleur. It doesn't have a clutch, which is kind of disappointing, and only shifts well sometimes. I feel like this isn't the derailleur but the shifter, but still they're going to be replaced and upgraded as soon as possible. Even though I was kind of hard on this bike, it works pretty freaking great, and I even took it to Sedona and beat the absolute crap out of it. It still rides well, and definitely consider if you're in the market for a full squish. That's all for today, and if you watched this far, consider leaving a like and subscribing. It helps out a ton. See you next week. Evan out.
Okay, fun.